Have you ever studied English for a long time, memorized phrases, learned grammar, but still felt like something was missing when you tried to speak or understand others? That's because real English isn't only about what's said. Sometimes it's about what isn't. The silences, the feelings between the words. One of the best ways to grow your English naturally is through stories. They show you how meaning is built, not just with vocabulary, but with emotion and experience. So if you're ready to feel the language, not just study it, like this video, leave a comment and subscribe to Storylish. The high-speed train moved like a quiet river across the Chinese countryside. Outside the window, fields blurred into hills, then flattened again into villages, each one passing in seconds. Inside the cabin, everything was still and hushed, as if time had slowed down. Emma found her seat and placed her backpack beneath her legs. She was used to traveling alone, and this trip was no different. A book in one hand, water bottle in the other, she settled in for the next few hours. The seat beside her was empty at first. Just before the train started to move, a man arrived. Mid-30s, calm face, dressed simply in a gray coat. He sat down without saying a word. No greeting, no glance, just silence. Emma nodded politely, but he didn't respond. That was fine. Not everyone wanted to talk. She opened her book and tried to read, though her attention wandered. There was something about the quiet between them. Not cold, not uncomfortable, just quiet. The train raced on. Cities flashed by. The man didn't eat, didn't check his phone. He simply looked out the window, hands resting on his knees, completely still. Emma found herself doing the same. Somewhere near the halfway point, she closed her book and sighed softly. The man didn't react. But a few minutes later, he reached into his coat and pulled out a folded piece of paper. Without a word, he placed it on the small tray between them and stood up. No goodbye, no explanation, just stepped into the aisle and disappeared toward the back of the train. Emma looked at the paper. It was square, slightly worn, folded 3 times. She hesitated, then slowly opened it. It was a hand-drawn map. Lines curved across the page, with small symbols along the edges. Mountains, bridges, trees, a tiny figure standing at the end of the path. There were no names, no language, just images. She turned it over. Nothing on the back. Just one thing written in tiny letters at the bottom corner. Some paths are not meant to be followed, only understood. She stared at the map for a long time. It didn't show any real place she knew. It wasn't a guide. Felt more like a reminder. The man never returned to his seat. She looked for him when the train stopped, scanned the crowd, waited by the doors, but he was gone. That night, in her hotel room, she unfolded the paper again and traced the lines with her finger. She didn't know why he gave it to her. She didn't know what it meant, but somehow it felt like the most honest conversation she'd had in weeks. In today's story, you saw natural uses of expressions like, without saying a word, something about the quiet, he didn't react, and meant to be followed. You also saw how the simple past is used to describe a calm and reflective narrative, while verbs like placed, hesitated, and traced create gentle movement in the story. We post new videos every day to help you experience English in a meaningful way. So like this video, subscribe to Storylish, and tell us in the comments. Have you ever had a silent moment that said everything? See you in the next video.